afternoon, everyone. Sorry for the delay. We want to make sure we gave everyone a chance to get here from their various schools and make sure we had enough seating for everyone. It's exciting to see everybody here this afternoon. Good afternoon and welcome to the 2018 Cox Inspirational Student Hero Awards. I'm David Delleman, Vice President for Cox's Gulf Coast Market. I wanted to extend a warm welcome to each of you here today as we celebrate the amazing accomplishments of these students. These heroes have endured unthinkable challenges in life, yet they come to school each day with their heads up and smiles on their faces, inspiring those around them. It's a privilege for all of us at Cox to honor these students. We started this program in New Orleans 25 years ago, and today we honor heroes all across the Southeast. These 51 students we recognize today join an elite list of Cox heroes who continue to inspire the people they encounter. On behalf of all of our Cox employees locally, thank you for taking time out of your schedules for this celebration, and congratulations to each of our inspirational heroes. At this time, I'd like to turn the program over to Cam Johnson from Cox's Government and Public Affairs.
Thank you, David, and thank you again for everybody being here today. As David mentioned, this is a great program that we do every year, and this is definitely one of our favorites here at Cox. So I really appreciate you being here today. Obviously, we could not do a program of this magnitude without the support of the Escambia County School District. So at this time, I would like to welcome Superintendent Malcolm Thomas to the stage to say a few words. Superintendent Thomas.
Thank you. Always glad to be here. You know, the world has a strange way of trying to pick out who the heroes are. Now, they think the heroes are the guys that are on television, the ones that can write the biggest and the best, most famous rap song, do this big dance with the stars. They think that makes you a hero. But we're going to find out this afternoon that that's not what a hero is at all. We're going to find out that a hero is a one that can face a day of adversity and do it with a smile on their face. They can climb a hill when others are worried about, can I make the climb? They're just moving their feet forward and they're making the next step. So to all of our teachers, all of the parents, for your support of our heroes that we're going to honor today, I just want to congratulate you and thank you for your work with these children. You do a fantastic job. And to our heroes, we're going to take a few minutes, the next hour, hour and a half, and we're going to do nothing but listen to your story. And we're going to celebrate your strength, your courage. And as you tell your story, it should remind each and every one of us how blessed we are to have these heroes in our midst. Congratulations, heroes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Thomas. We also have some other special guests with us today. Please hold your applause until the end. We have School Board Member Gerald Boone in attendance. We also have School Board Member Lee Hansen with us. We have Escambia County Commissioner Grover Robinson. Representing Congressman Matt Gates' office, we have Dawn McGirdle and Sarah Lefevers. And we also have representing Senator Doug Broxton's office, Kaylee Fox. Thank you so much for being here today. Well, as David mentioned, this is a program that we started 25 years ago in our New Orleans, Louisiana market, and you don't do something for that long unless it's had a great impact on everybody involved. And as I mentioned, this is one of our favorite events, and it certainly has had an impact on us. While these students may not be the star quarterback, the valedictorian, they deserve their day in the spotlight, and that is why we are here today. So let's get on to the awards. I know y'all are tired of hearing me, so let's get to what we're here for. Each student has a badge, a name badge. On the back of that badge is a number. That is the order in which they're going to be called up. We're going to do it a little different this year. If y'all have been here in years past, you've noticed we've gone in alphabetical order by schools. Well, this year the W's are going to get a chance. We're going to go backwards. We're going to start off with Workman and work our way up. Each student, when they're called up, the presenter will say a few words about the student here on stage. We ask the student to stand here to the left of the podium. Then if they'll step over to where Mr. Delleman is standing, he, along with Kristen Longley, who has probably back there getting their certificates ready, will give them a medallion from Cox, also a certificate from Cox, a certificate from Congressman Matt Gaetz, and a certificate from Senator Doug Broxson. So with that, if I can go ahead and ask numbers 1 through 10 to line up over here on the left side of the screen. Heather here in the blue shirt will help you guys get situated so the student along with the presenter can get lined up over there, and we'll get set up. I would like to remind everybody, as David said, we have 51 students today, so please remember to keep your comments brief, but definitely let's celebrate these students. At the end of the event, I do ask that all of the students stick around for the end of the event, and we will do a group photo up here on the stage so that we can share with everybody. So as soon as I get the thumbs up from Heather, we'll get started. But actually, I already see Ms. Nowlin there, so let's go ahead and start with Workman Middle School. Of course, the home of the Jaguars. We have Saul Tripp the fourth, and he will be presented by Ms. Narsha Nowlin.
In a room full of heroes, full of extraordinary students, my hero is Saul Tripp. Stand up here. Act like you like me too, baby. Saul arrives each morning at Workman Middle School with his trach in place, with suction devices and extra filters in his pockets, and a great big smile. He has faced surgeries and setbacks since he was a young child, and they have not deterred him, not a single time. He comes every day determined to do his best. When you meet Saul, you quickly discern that he has a heart that is as big as the campus we work on. He is concerned for the students in his classroom, and he shows that through his signing and communication on his computer. Each step that this young man takes, each word that he speaks is a testament to his loving family and to his perseverance. Mr. Superintendent, Saul Tripp shows up every single day, and he takes that one step at a time. And he does what every parent and every teacher wants for every student in this district. He moves forward inch by inch, day by day. Saul Tripp, my hero.
Our next hero is Dwayne Janigan of Woodham Middle School, and he will be accompanied by Miss Lori Miller.
Hi, I'm Lori Miller. I'm the tech coordinator at Woodham Middle School. We have Dwayne with us. Dwayne Janigan has attended Woodham for 3 years, and during that time, he has demonstrated daily that he is a kind, respectful, helpful, and hardworking student with a calm and gentle voice. He is known for creating the most thoughtful gifts from scratch. He has helped me during his middle school career and has a natural gift with mechanics. Dwayne has taught himself how to set up and troubleshoot classroom technology. He has learned how to help me with minor repairs on Chromebooks. And he has also been a tremendous help with organizing student Chromebooks when they are checked in at the end of each school year. Dwayne is not afraid of hard work. He has learned to overcome any challenge he faces by trusting his teachers and bringing his A game to school every single day. I can say with confidence that Dwayne Janigan is truly deserving of Woodham Middle School's Cox Hero Award.
One thing I did forget to mention, after you have your picture taken over there, if the student could please wait, we will actually print out the pictures for you on site and give those to you before you sit down as well. And also, if I mispronounce your name, I will apologize in advance. I'm sure I'll do that more than once, and I probably already have this afternoon. Presenting our next hero from West Pensacola Elementary School, Erica Zink will present us to Monet Rochelle.
I would like to introduce you to Monet Rochelle. She is West Pensacola's Cox Hero this year, and she is more than that. She has been such a huge inspiration to me. She is one of the most dedicated, hardworking, kind students I've ever had the chance to meet. She is a ray of sunshine not only in my classroom, but in the whole entire school. Every day she comes to school dressed to a T, as you can tell right here. She's always has this incredible fashion sense, and she greets every single person by their name every morning. I don't know how she knows everyone in the school, but she does. Monet works very, very hard every day, and she has been given the task of being one of the only girls in my classroom full of 10 other boys. But she does not let that stop her. She lets them know that she is the boss and that she is gonna lead the way in our classroom, and she does that every day. She takes charge. She is a leader, and if anyone is ever struggling, she is the first one to raise her hand to help them. Monet even races the boys at recess every day and wins and scores more hoops in the basket than any of the boys on any given day. Monet is not only an amazing student at school, she also runs her family's calendar, and they will let you know so. She is involved in ballet. She has a dance recital coming up, don't you? Mm-hmm. She is involved in church. She does all kinds of therapies after school. She is just such a hard worker, and she has an amazing family that helps her do so and meets every need that she could need. Monet is such a beautiful, bubbly girl, but communication has not always been the easiest method for her. So she has overcome that, though. She has worked so hard, and her family has worked so hard, and our speech therapists have worked so hard to help her find her voice, and she uses it on a daily basis now. When I first met Monet, she needed a little bit of help with communication, but now she is initiating conversations with everyone she meets. She talks to new kids at recess every day, and she is leading our classroom in ways I never thought possible. And that is why Monet is West Pensacola's Cox Hero of the Year.
Now, Aaron Kramer, who is the assistant principal at West Florida High School, will present our next hero, Joshua Bazinet.
Good afternoon. West Florida High School has chosen Joshua Bazinet as our 2018 Cox Hero recipient. His fight started last school year. He missed the last week of school due to a diagnosis of leukemia. As you can see, Josh is a fighter with us. He worked very hard through his diagnosis and was extremely committed and asked Miss Payne, our principal, probably midway through the first semester if he could return when he got the green light from his doctors. That can be tough to do in a high school setting because our semesters are already underway. However, Josh was very committed and he wanted to return and be back on campus with us, and we wanted to have him back. So we were able to create a schedule that worked for Josh. He was very successful through his own academic studies while he was undergoing therapy for the leukemia. He returned to us successful after completing the first semester through Escambia Virtual, and he is now still with us, but on our campus, completing classes through Escambia Virtual. If that wasn't a tough enough challenge, the family also had to undergo some employment issues all around the same time. So at this point, we really want to congratulate the whole family for being true fighters and work through all of the many difficult challenges that they had this past year. But for us at West Florida, we truly believe Josh is our Cox Hero recipient and award winner.
Noah Williams of Weis Elementary School is our next recipient, and he will be introduced by Jenna Henderson.
This is my Noah Williams, and I've had the honor of being his first grade teacher this year. He is generous, kind, and loves to learn. Noah has several medical conditions that have prevented him from doing many of the things that other first graders do, but his attitude and effort never fail to impress those around him. Noah suffers from hydrocephalus, causing him to have a permanent shunt in his neck to drain the water from his brain. Noah has also been diagnosed with Dandy Walker syndrome. Symptoms of this condition include poor coordination and balance, and if that isn't enough, he's also challenged with galactosemia, which prevents him from processing sugar. As a result of all of this, he cannot do the typical things a first grader can do. He cannot ride the school bus, go to PE, or participate at recess. If a student asks, though, "Hey, Noah, why don't you go to PE with us?" he will reply with, "Oh, I have a shunt," usually with a shrug, a smile, and just point to his head. Noah loves to learn and extends his learning outside the classroom, too. When our class was studying rocks, he was the first at recess to start hunting for rocks and showing them to all the others. He's also eager to help his classmates and will rush to assist anyone in class who may drop something. Of course, none of us are perfect, but when he does make a bad choice, with his actions or his words, he's quick to realize his mistake. He is always willing to quickly and very sincerely apologize to those that he offended. Noah's life is very different from all of our other first graders. He has alternative activities during the time when his class goes to PE, and he never complains. He has many dietary restrictions, but the cafeteria workers say that instead of grumbling about his meal, he consistently uses good manners and is always appreciative, even though he has a completely different breakfast and lunch than everyone else. The lunch ladies say they wish that every student were like Noah. His amazing dedication, contagious enthusiasm, and admirable attitude truly make him a hero in our hallways. Anyone who meets Noah has no idea of the challenges and conditions he faces. He encourages his friends to stay positive and try their best. He tries to be a typical kid, but he turns out to be pretty extraordinary. Thank you.
Washington High School's Taylor Dellamore is our next hero, and Cheryl Reeves is going to tell us why.
Hello. Taylor lost her hearing at a very young age, but she is Booker T. Washington's student Cox Hero because of how she pushed forward. She is enrolled in Advanced Placement English Literature, which is mainly a reading course. But of all of this, why she was chosen? Because she has taught me a lesson. Often we talk, and for 2 years, I was turning to her so that she could hear me, or I assumed she was reading my lips. And one day we were having a very hard discussion. I was talking very slow so she could read my lips. And she said, "Miss Reese, why are you talking so slow?" "Aren't you reading my lips?" She said, "I don't read lips. I have you turn towards me so I can hear you better." So she has taught me not to assume anything. And so for that, I thank you, Taylor. She's outstanding in the classroom. She said, "I go home and I'm very tired from my English literature class because it takes so much for me just to grasp what's going on." But not once has she come to me and said, "I want out of that class." So her energy, her drive, and teaching me a lesson is why she's our hero.
Before we meet our next hero, I'd like to ask numbers 11 through 20 to go ahead and make their way to the left side of the room. Numbers 11 through 20 and your presenter. Please make your way, and Miss Heather will help get you in order. Our next hero from Warrington Elementary School is Caleb Stanfield, and David Schmitto is going to tell us why he was selected as Cox's hero for 2018.
Hello, I'm Dave Schmitto, the principal of Warrington Elementary, and as you can see, Caleb is not here tonight. He did not get the memo that we were starting with the W's. As a matter of fact, he's just unable to be here tonight because of some of his story, to be honest with you. Caleb is new to Warrington this year. He's in 3rd grade. He came to us partway through this year and has already made a tremendous impact on all of us. As a school principal, my job on a daily basis is to try to inspire and motivate the kids. Tonight's a night where the tables kind of get turned, and we get to be inspired and motivated by these kids. And Caleb is one of those kids that does that for us. Back in 2014, Caleb had a major family event, changed his dynamics. His mom passed away, and Caleb was left with just his dad. Caleb is now playing the role of a parent in his own household. He is the stability, he's the smile, he's the optimist, he's the one that lets Dad and Grandpa know that everything's going to be okay every single day. Caleb's the kid that gets my day started. Every single day, Caleb seeks me out to give me a giant hug. On his first day, I told him my day couldn't start without a hug from him. No matter what I'm doing, Caleb tracks me down, gives me a hug, leaves every day with a fist bump and a smile. Caleb is truly my hero, and he deserves to be Cox's hero as well.
Sherwood Elementary School's curriculum coordinator, David Vaughn, is now going to tell us why Zacharias Thomas is their hero.
This is Zacharias Thomas. I've known Zacharias since he was in kindergarten, long time. He's now in 5th grade, and very proud of him. Let me share some of the things. His teacher is Megan Walter, and she couldn't be with us today because of a family commitment, but you know that she loves you, and she will see you tomorrow, right? All right. Zacharias is a 5th grade student at Sherwood. Zacharias loves school and learning. He is so dedicated that even when he is truly sick, and I mean sick, he cries to stay at school. He does not want to go home for any reason, do you? His positive attitude and willingness help others sets examples for all of us to follow. He has an infectious smile. I don't know if he's going to show it to you or not today. It brightens everyone's day. Teachers comment on how he's never sad unless he's really sick and he doesn't want to go home. He loves to come to school and wants to be as independent as possible. He feels he is capable of anything, and we agree. Nothing holds him back. His teacher started with him when he was in 1st grade. Since then, he has continued to grow academically and socially. As the years have gone by, he has become more independent and is learning to speak his mind. Mom, you may agree with that one. He will be the first one to befriend or help someone who has no worry, and he has no worry of being judged for anything. He does not let anything hold him back. When he puts his mind to it, he will do it. And if he doesn't know how to do it or have an answer, he'll find a way to get it. He's the first one to help others, whether it's helping with academics, helping a struggling friend, or just saying hi to a kid that's by themselves. He is always there. And this year, he's become my helper. I'm the textbook coordinator also. And Zacharias has started helping me with check-in, check-out process and returning books to the book room when students withdraw. And get ready to get busy because it's inventory time, so I'm going to need your help, okay? You go help me? All right. We're very proud of Zacharias and all he's accomplished, and he will be dearly missed at Sherwood. This is Zacharias, Sherwood's Cox Hero.
School Day support at Lakeview say Jessica Jones is their inspiration, and Marcia Storniolo will tell us why.
I get the honor of reading Jessica's story, which was actually written by her teacher, Miss Sherry King. Jessica Jones is a bright, funny, and sensitive individual with amazing ability to see the good in the world. She's a talented artist who has her own curated exhibit detailing her personal journey of growth that has helped her to overcome fears and insecurities. She is a friend to everyone and reaches out to any student in need. She raises people up and is a role model for our students. She is admired by everyone and held in highest regard by her teachers and the rest of us. Jessica is relentless in her pursuit to improve herself and strives every day to make up for lost time in school. She is willing to try new things and expand her horizons. By attending school and participating in a supportive environment, she has learned that there are so many options available to her in the future, and we see her excitement grow each day. Jessica can be shy on occasion, every once in a while. But she has learned to be confident and greet people by directly looking them in the eye and shaking hands. She is the first to volunteer for jobs outside of the classroom. She has acted as a chaperone for our younger students, which is a job, with Special Olympics program, right? She has donned wings and a tutu to play the role of a tooth fairy for the younger students. Jessica has overcome a personal battle that interfered with her ability to participate fully in social settings, including school. Jessica has now been with us for over a year, and in that time, we have seen her blossom into a strong, secure, and confident young lady. Each day at school, our students take part in a social skills class. At one point during this school year, Jessica asked to share her experiences and teach the class about fears and how to overcome them. Now every student in our high school class is clamoring to teach other students different lessons to help with social skills and self-advocacy skills. Jessica has inspired all of our students to share. Jessica shared with her teachers and classmates pictures of her when she was little. It is said that the eyes are the windows to the soul. And so looking at those pictures, looking into her eyes, we saw a happy, spirited young lady full of life, ambition, and determination. Our goal as educators is to train, mentor, redirect, and motivate. What is unique about Jessica is that she always took her training. As a result, she believed that she could, so she did. The belief was always there. We just turned the light on so that she could see it. Hence, this is how Jessica approaches life and opportunities. She believes that she can, so she does.
Scenic Heights Elementary School has named Michael Griffin as their hero, and Katie Marsh is going to tell us why.
Hello. All right, Michael is a 9-year-old student at Scenic Heights Elementary that has faced more difficulties in the past few years than most people experience in a lifetime. After receiving a devastating diagnosis of acute myeloid leukemia, Michael and his family were forced to face one of the most difficult experiences imaginable. Through the entire process, everyone who has encountered Michael has been inspired by his positive attitude and ability to persevere through challenging times. His outlook and tenacity is what has led to successes both in and out of the classroom. He has become an example for many other students and should be considered as such to anyone who has the pleasure of meeting him. Every day he shows up with a willingness to work and an eagerness to learn. He is still in physical pain due to the treatments he received, but there is never a moment that he complains or uses his situation as an excuse. Michael has worked tirelessly over the past few years. He has experienced many personal successes. He was successful in beating cancer, not once but twice. He defied insurmountable odds and is now working with the same courage and determination to succeed in the classroom. He has improved his reading skills and has shown significant learning gains in math. He continues to surpass expectations in every aspect of his life. Michael was not content with his own personal triumphs. He has used his experience to help educate others and bring awareness to childhood cancer. At the beginning of his ordeal, he shared his diagnosis and began to get students and teachers to rally behind him. Since his return, he helped promote a school-wide fundraiser that successfully raised, are you ready? $5,737.86. And that money went towards childhood cancer research. Many of the students were unaware of why the school was collecting coins, but Michael was able to share his experience with his peers and help them recognize the importance of such a worthy cause. He continues to bring awareness to this issue and recently brought in cupcakes so that we could celebrate his 1-year cancer-free birthday. I am sure that as Michael continues to thrive, he will use his journey to inspire and educate others, and that is why he is Scenic Heights Elementary Cox Hero.
Davina Bettis is Ransom Middle School's hero for 2018, and Ms. Sarah Bonner is going to give us a look as to why.
Davina is an 11-year-old student who has suffered many losses in her lifetime. Due to her mother's illness, Davina was placed with her grandparents as a 6-month-old baby. She has remained with them since that time. Unfortunately, her mother passed away from cancer on August 18, 2014. Despite that loss, Davina has always persevered to do her very best. Teachers report that she is very independent, always prepared. Girl, we got the lights out. And adapts very quickly to new situations. You guys know Mr. Berman's my principal, so there's no telling, okay? It is with this attitude of always doing her best that makes her a candidate for this Student Hero Award. She's very conscientious, she works very hard. She monitors her progress in all of her classes. Her work is neat, she is not afraid to ask for help, and she is very, very, very inquisitive. She always thinks about how her actions are going to impact situations as they relate to her future. She's driven to excel in her academics and to distinguish herself as a model student. She maintains an AB average, mostly A's, in all of her core and elective courses. She completes all of her work and is rarely ever late on her assignments or asks for extended time. She is organized, and in her classes, she's not a discipline problem. While there are many wonderful things that I could stand and say about her, there was a time when she did have a lapse in judgment, and it caused an intervention to her daily schedule. She had a change in placement. She actually went to our ILR program. While there, she still continued to differentiate herself as a model student in that program. She quickly recognized her mistake, and then she accepted the consequences for her behavior and progressed in that placement. While she had enough reasons to make excuse all the things that she had experienced in her lifetime to add to that decision, she did not. She accepted that responsibility, and she capitalized on making the best experience that she possibly could in that environment. She still maintained that AB average, and she has not displayed any other problems with attitude or behavior since that time. She's very open about her life and her struggles, and she does not hold anyone responsible for the things that she has endured. She looks at each day as an opportunity to make a difference in the choices that are presented to her and the opportunities that are available to her as well. She considers herself blessed to have had her grandparents there, who are a source of strength, security, and a solid foundation for her. She looks to the future with a renewed hope for things to come and a sense of accomplishment for the successes that she's already experienced. The power to do well and to excel is in her ability to make positive choices and to work toward the goals that she has set. Davina tells us that perseverance is key, and for us, that is why she is Ransom Middle School's 2018 Cox Student Hero. Thank
you. Gail Alford from Pleasant Grove Elementary School is next to introduce us to their hero, Kayla Gross.
This is Kayla Gross. I am her second grade teacher. Kayla is a hero to me and to many of the students and faculty at our school. At the beginning of this year, around September, she had to leave school for 3 months because she got deathly ill, and she was out and endured 10-ish surgeries and procedures so that she was able to come back to us. Kayla not once complained. She never was down. When I would visit her in the hospital, she would always have a smile on her face, even if she was in severe pain. She is always a light in my classroom and in the school. She greets everybody like you're her best friend. She's always positive. She was born with a chromosomal disorder, and she was not supposed to walk. She wasn't supposed to speak. but she dances and swims and talks and talks and talks. And she's an amazing girl. She's wonderful. And anybody who talks to her or meets her would agree with you. I don't know what I would have done without the experience of having Kayla in my room. She is just a light in my day, and that's why she is Pleasant Grove Elementary's Cox Hero.
Brittany Williams is the Pine Forest High School hero, and Principal Laura Touchstone will tell us what makes her an inspiration.
Brittany could not be with us tonight, but I wanted to still read a little something about her. When Brittany entered high school, she struggled academically, socially, and emotionally. She didn't have a desire to engage in classroom lessons or get along with others. Throughout the years, she has gradually improved in all areas with a few minor setbacks. But this year has been different. This school year, she has excelled. She has changed her communication methods through listening, thinking before speaking, and understanding others' viewpoints. Brittany's work ethic, attitude, and behavior have been completely transformed because she chooses to exude a positive attitude and a desire to excel in life. Maya Angelou is quoted as saying, "I've learned that people will forget about what you said, people will forget about what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." That's Brittany's spirit. She's taught us all, that if we look beyond the surface, we will find a heart just like ours, deserving to be loved and celebrated. Brittany's not only our Cox hero, but my hero.
Laura Brewer of Pensacola High School will introduce us to Liana Patterson and tell us what makes this tiger a hero.
Good evening. It is an honor to present Liana Patterson for Pensacola High School's Cox Hero of the World for many reasons, and she surely has taught me that all things are possible, and I hope her story tells you the same thing. For 3 years, Liana Patterson has stood out as the top student in the International Baccalaureate program, which I don't know if you know is the most challenging, rigorous high school program in our area, and she was ranked #1. She was not only academically strong, but she also was the captain of her volleyball team, National Honor Society president, and volunteered at many local communities. But on October 22nd, 2017, things drastically changed for Liana when she was in a horrific car accident that left her unconscious, broken, and truly lucky to be alive. She missed 10 weeks of high school, which is already hard enough, but when she's taking 7 college-level classes, imagine what that can do to someone. And she actually was in an intensive rehabilitation center in Atlanta in order to heal, learn how to walk again, and truly retrain her brain again. As an academic scholar, Liana's biggest hurdle was recovering from a short-term memory deficit and brain fatigue from a major concussion. Obviously, her senior plans had to be reevaluated and majorly adjusted. In the new year, she decided to return to the high school and wanted to remain in the IB program, fully knowing she had to make up everything that she missed. And let me tell you, it was a lot, to the point where I hate to say, was almost discouraging her and didn't really know how she could do it. She really proved me wrong, and I'm glad. She honestly also had to make a very difficult choice, and she was valedictorian of her class and had to drop 2 of her weighted classes, and that put her out of the running for valedictorian because she wanted to remain in the program. She showed up, ladies and gentlemen, every day to school with grit and determination to complete her work, learn how to learn again, despite the visible scars along her neck and all of this additional workload that she had to do. Her classmates and teachers remain astounded by her progress and ability to succeed. Since the accident, Liana's personal success has been her ability to return to school and thrive academically. Her one teacher told me that she's the top student in her class, and that's just amazing when she's gone through all that she's done. Against all odds, she's made amazing progress and has straight A's, again, in all college-level classes. I know. Liana is the type of student that I will look back and say, I knew her when. Liana, thank you for showing all of Pensacola High School what true perseverance means. We are proud of you, and I hope that this story encourages all of you tonight.
Susan McLeod from Pensacola Beach Elementary School is here to introduce us to their hero, Jason Cerrone.
Jason, we call him JJ, has been a student at Pensacola Beach Elementary School since kindergarten. He's always been a devoted student with almost perfect attendance. His compassion and respect for others is reflected towards all staff members and all students. He takes the initiative to clean up the school, he watches out for the younger students, and he works hard to comfort and encourage others. His outstanding character makes him shine as a role model. JJ always has a positive attitude, and he treats everyone with respect. Even the bus driver comments on his polite greetings when he gets on the bus and off the bus. He comes to school ready to learn. He strives to help create a learning environment that's both inviting and encouraging. He builds up his classmates. He is a ray of sunshine in the classroom. He never complains about work, school, or homework. His attitude is an inspiration to all of us at Pensacola Beach Elementary School. Thank you.
Before I introduce you to this lovely lady, I'd like to ask numbers 21 through 30 to please go ahead and make your way to the left side of the room with your presenter, numbers 21 through 30. This is Yana Jenkins, and she is from the PACE Center for Girls. This is PACE's first year actually participating in this program. So her presenter was unable to make it this evening, so I have the honor of presenting her and telling you why she is a hero. I'm going to read her nomination that her school sent in. Yana is bright, polite, and a fierce 16-year-old woman. She always has a bright and friendly smile to greet her peers and staff no matter what is going on outside of school. Regardless of what she's facing, she always faces every day with a smile and positivity. She is bright, positive, and down-to-earth resilient. She shares positive affirmations and words of encouragement with her peers, staff, and to people she really doesn't even know. She genuinely believes in people she cares about and makes sure that they know she's behind them and feel supported. She bolsters her peers when they are having a rough time. She understands when people just need someone to talk to, and she embraces all challenges that come her way and handles them with grace and tenacity. Despite her history of significant loss and struggle, she performs well in school, always works hard for any goal that she sets, and she's an aspiring GED student with an awesome work ethic. Her significant history with loss and being a teen mom, despite these things, she is always keeping her goals in the future, adjusting as her life throws her curveballs. The best example the school had was when Yana was asked to participate in the community service project for Campfire, where they had to write letters to unknown elementary school girls. Yana never misses a moment to encourage, inspire, and touch the lives of everyone she comes into contact with. She embraces her story and uses it to motivate herself and others to be all that they can be. Miss Yana Jenkins. Sorry, I didn't double check this before I came back on stage. I believe Brittany Jones with Oakcrest. All right. Elementary school is our next to the stage to present Tristan Rains.
Hi everyone, I'm Miss Jones. I'm the 5th grade ESE teacher at Oakcrest, and this is Tristan. He is in 5th grade at Oakcrest, and he had a rough year last year, both academically and emotionally. But you would never guess looking at him this year. He is always all smiles when he comes into school, and he's always trying to make everyone laugh. He has made huge gains with occupational therapy this year. When I told him that he was winning an award, he asked if it was going to be on stage. I said yes, and he asked, a little nervously, if there was going to be stairs. I said yes, but not anything more than what he has to climb to get into my classroom at Oakcrest. This seemed to make him more comfortable, and he was super ready to get on stage to accept this award. So I'm very honored to have Tristan as our inspirational hero.
He thought about it. Collie White Wiggins is the O.J. Sims Elementary School hero. Amy Roby will tell us why she was selected.
Well, I'm very disappointed Khalid could not be here tonight for you all to meet, but I'm happy that you can see his sweet smile in your program. So y'all can take a look at and see his sweet smile as I'm telling you about him. Khalid is a hardworking, positive fifth grader at O.J. Sims. He has overcome personal and family adversity, and he continues to strive to be the best version of himself. He comes to school each day with the mindset of working to improve himself and be the best he can be. Khalid approaches his work with a positive mental attitude. He is willing to take academic risk, and he works hard to complete each task he is given. He is an active learner, and he eagerly participates in group discussions and work. Despite reading at the pre-primer level just 2 years ago, and Khalid's in fifth grade, he has steadily increased his reading skills and is continuing to increase his reading performance. He struggles with a learning disability, and he has succeeded only because of his attitude and desire to improve. He has made tremendous gains in language arts and is also a top math achiever. His attendance and productivity have increased at school as well. 2 years ago, Khalid's family went through a very difficult time which impacted his academic performance and his personal well-being. Though it was a tough year for Khalid at home and at school, he has risen above those difficulties, and he has become a successful student. He continues to face some struggles, but he keeps a positive attitude and a mental toughness which has greatly impacted his success. He is always happy to talk to fellow students who are having a hard time. He particularly excels in helping students with math work and small groups. And he's often willing to forego personal rewards to spend time assisting others. We are extremely proud to recognize Khalid White Wiggins as O.J. Sims Cox Hero.
Frida Tuberville is the hero from Navy Point Elementary School. Monica Ford Harris will tell us why she is so special.
The little laugh that we had was she's telling me don't fall, because we talked about my heels versus her tennis shoes coming up these stairs. But anyway, I am excited, and I take great pleasure in being able to introduce Navy Point's Cox Hero, Frida Tuberville. I came to know Frida when she was a second grader, and we didn't meet on the best of terms to begin with, because it was one of those situations that we were called to the office to come and assist with a student who was trying to exit the building after being delivered to the building by the parent. And we faced that challenge several days throughout that year. Once we were able to get her in the building, it was then getting her to class from our office. But I can say now to see the young lady that she has developed and grown into is amazing. It makes me very proud for that. I know her parents, they weren't able to be here tonight, but they have been right on board with us as we've worked the last few years to get her to this point. And I just want to personally say thank you, because you've made this year a lot easier for me, number one. And we see her now. She's supporting the younger children. She supports the other children in her classroom. And it's just amazing. It really is. And I am proud of the young lady that you have become. I love you. You will forever have a place in my heart.
NB Cook has selected Kashira Goldsmith as hero. Taylor Cowan will tell us her story.
Kashore Goldsmith is a remarkable young woman who continues to amaze us with her fortitude and perseverance. That is why the faculty of NB Cook has nominated her as our Cox Inspirational Hero. After experiencing the devastating loss of both parents at a very young age, Kashore was raised by her loving great-grandmother who endeavored to provide to the very best she could for her young charge. Unfortunately, Kashore would lose that security she had come to know all too soon as her guardian passed away this summer before her 5th grade year. Her new living situation proved to be a bit of a challenge as she had to accept and adjust to a more structured living environment while dealing with her heartbreak. Although we have always appreciated Kishore for the unique young lady she has always been, school has presented her with a few serious challenges. Academic struggles and difficulties in social situations created many obstacles. However, with love and continued encouragement from the professional adults and family members in her life, she has greatly improved her ability in dealing with stressful situations, approaching them with much more positive attitude. And with her personal outlook improved, her performance in the classroom did too. Today, we are so proud to say that Kishore has developed a new love for learning. She is more dynamic in problem solving, and she has become an inspirational asset to our school. She endeavors to meet her academic goals and serves as a shining light in the classroom, frequently seeking out opportunities to share that she has learned positive words of encouragement and smiles for others. It is an honor to teach such an amazing young lady who has overcome so much and refuses to be stopped by any obstacle. We see great things in her future and wish her continued success.
Myrtle Grove Elementary School's Gina Robinson will introduce us to their hero, Elba Batista.
Elba was unable to be here tonight, but I wanted to read what her teacher wrote about her. Elba is successfully overcoming academic challenges she faces as an English language learner student. Learning English at the same time as learning academic content, such as science or social studies, is very difficult mental work. It is not unusual for an ELL student to struggle with learning issues in several subject areas at the same time. At the end of her second grade year, Elba was identified as needing intensive academic interventions to determine if she was struggling with the content or if it was just a language barrier. Her determination and persistence to read fluently on grade level and express her ideas and questions verbally with her teachers and peers led to her significant learning gains. With the support and involvement of her family, she was referred to Tier 2 ongoing progress monitoring before the end of her third grade year. Elba has since earned AB Honor Roll with limited interventions during her fourth grade year. She doesn't see herself as having a language barrier, rather an opportunity to share with others her language and culture. She reads with and listens to others read to improve fluency and has recently earned the Accelerated Reader Millionaire Club Award for reading over 1 million words this year just in AR books. Elba is a regular MGS morning show announcer. She competes in jogging club twice a week. She's a Kiwanis Cake Club member and is an active art club and chorus member. Her teacher is inspired by Elba's passion, goodwill, and determination each and every day. Elba inspires other students and teachers with thoughtful notes and affirmations. She is able to transfer the hard work and knowledge she has gained to allow others to notice their learning gains and progress. Her compassion and ability to help others as she has been helped by her teachers and parents reveal a genuine love of learning, a true inspiration to all ages and stages.
Montclair Elementary School's Donald Cooper is next to the stage with their hero, Nevaeh Jenkins.
Good afternoon. Montclair proud. That's what I want to say first. Nevaeh is the definition of a champion and a role model. At the age of 7, Nevaeh and her 2 younger brothers were confronted with one of the worst situations imaginable, an issue that no child should have to face at that age. She and her siblings walked into a room to find their mother dead. This alone would scar the toughest adults, let alone a 7-year-old girl. Upon her mother's passing, Nevaeh was entrusted into the care of her loving grandmother. Times were still difficult for her, but she proved to be resilient. Soon after, bonds were strengthened with her matriarch, and I'm sorry, but I love my students. But Nevaeh was able to regain some sense of structure, stability, and normalcy. And just when she finally had that, it was all put from under her because her grandmother died shortly thereafter. All this happened within a 2 or 3 year period. So then she was left with the question of why her, where she's gonna go, what's gonna happen. But now after she was faced with that trauma, losing not but one, but two maternal figures, she still had to pick herself up and continue to carry on. Lucky for her, she was actually taken in by a loving family member. I'm sorry, I had a script, but I rather just, she was taken in by a loving family member. And even though she was there with them, she still faced some difficult moments with them because, of course, she was not their kid at the time. So she faced some emotional abuse, verbally and stuff like that. But still, she came to us at Montclair from Sherwood. And one of the first things that got my attention from her was she's one of the students that actually come to me every day. She said, Mr. Cooper, she was struggling. And I could see a lot of the students that struggle, the only thing they want to do is give up. She came to me every day, Mr. Cooper, can you give me some extra homework? Can you give me some extra practice? Nevaeh was bugging me so much. I said, Nevaeh, I gave you some already. I gave you a whole packet of work. So the thing is, she kept bugging me, so I decided I was going to help her even more. She actually got my heart when she actually was struggling and still wanted to get it, because she was trying hard. It wasn't a lack of effort. It was a matter she just wasn't getting it. So she started asking me, Mr. Cooper, can you tutor me? I said, yeah, I would tutor you. So I started tutoring her after school. That wasn't good enough for her. She said, can you come get me on Friday? Can you come get me on Saturday? So I decided, at first I wasn't going to do it because I was like, nah, the weekends are mine. But Nevaeh, with her persistence and her desire to learn, pulled me in. And I started to come get her on Saturday. And I got one of her cousins, which is a former student of mine. I started tutoring her former student too. So she's very persistent. And like I always try to say, I'm going to end this really quick. To me, she's like that phoenix that rises from the ashes. Even though she's been through a lot of difficulties, she never gives up. I have to get on her sometimes because she loves to talk, just like, and she loves to argue. But the one thing I will tell you is not a lack of effort on her part. She is fighting every day to be the best student that she can be. So I would like to say again, Montclair is proud to say Nevaeh is our Cox Hero.
Olivia Franks is our hero from Molino Park, and Stephanie Gilmore will tell us why.
Hi, this is Olivia. She is in our 5th grade class at Molino Park. Olivia started this year. She started the class the first day of school, standing at my door with tears in her eyes. She has, due to some things that have happened in the past, some severe separation anxiety. And so I thought, okay, this is going to be something we're going to work on and we're going to help her through. And she continued each day. She had a little bit of anxiety. I would meet her at the door with her mom, and she wasn't very excited. But as soon as we received a new student in our class who was also a transfer from another school and also had some of that same anxiety, Olivia took it upon herself to meet her at the door and to welcome her with open arms. And although I know those mornings were really struggles for Olivia, she took it upon herself to step out of her comfort zone to make sure that her new classmate was welcome, that she had friends, that she knew everything about Molino Park. And that really served a great example for all of her classmates and the teachers. We have the privilege of, we have several teachers that teach on our grade level, and we met and we talked about, everything we loved about Olivia. It was really hard to sum it up in a paragraph, but this is what we come up with. Her determination to succeed, positive attitude, caring heart, and kind spirit are all reasons she is a role model to her peers. When faced with challenges, whether it be at school, home, or within her community, she always approaches them with a positive attitude. She spreads kindness to all those she encounters. She has helped them calm the worry and fears of new classmates, comforted grieving classmates when they've experienced the death of a close family member, and provided ongoing encouragement to her peers. It is my privilege to announce Molino Park's Cox Hero, Olivia.
Tristan Johnson is the hero from MacArthur Elementary School, and Kristen Love is going to tell us his story.
Hello. I'm so excited to talk to you about Tristan Johnson. I've had the privilege of being his teacher for the past 3 years, and I have reason to believe that Tristan is a real-life superhero. His superpowers include moving at lightning speed, especially when it's time to go home, computing numbers and math equations in his head with great speed, and he's rarely wrong. He has an internal compass and is able to give and remember accurate directions to countless destinations. You'll never need Google Maps with Tristan. He is also able to remember many birthdays, anniversaries, and appointments. And he currently knows all my IEP dates and my personal appointments, so I'll have to get a planner next year. Tristan has a consistently positive and determined attitude. He enjoys each day and works hard on any given task. Tristan has faced many challenges associated with autism spectrum disorder. In his early years, Tristan struggled with various foods and for years would only eat a small variety of items. As you can see, he has conquered that giant and now even orders school lunches every day. Tristan has struggled with schedule or daily routine changes, but he now stands here today as a go-with-the-flow kind of guy, at least at school. Tristan now handles changes calmly and cooperatively. He has struggled with communication and was not able to form his first words until the age of 6. Tristan is now able to communicate effectively on a daily basis and is even teaching himself how to speak Spanish. Tristan loves making new friends and loves being involved with peers. He has become a vital part of our school's safety patrol. He takes great pride in keeping our school orderly and safe. I'm so proud and honored to be a part of Tristan's journey, and I know he will do great things in the future. Tristan Johnson is MacArthur Elementary's Cox Hero for 2008.
Before our next hero takes the stage, I'd like to ask numbers 31 through 40 to go ahead and line up on the left side of the stage. Miss Heather will get you in order. Number 31 through 40, please. Next, Brandy Cole from Longleaf Elementary School will introduce us to their hero, Christian Dawson.
As Longleaf's Cox Hero, Christian is a great example of someone who has overcome challenge after challenge. He always comes to school with an optimistic attitude. Christian was in the foster care program for a number of years, but just as of last month was adopted by a wonderful, loving family. He has visual impairments that he overcomes on a daily basis. Christian always has a positive outlook when he comes to class, is always excited to learn, and contributes every day. In the past few years, Christian has been able to transition from a more restrictive learning environment to an inclusion setting where he thrives. He enjoys interacting with his peers to receive and provide assistance to others. Christian will even explain and demonstrate how to use his visual aids and equipment to his classmates. In addition, Christian is enjoying being an active member of many school clubs. He is an inspiration to his classmates and to his teacher. Christian Love is Longleaf's Cox Hero.
Lisbon's Cherith Welter will now introduce us to Jeff Carnley, their hero for 2018.
Good afternoon. My name is Sherry Welter, and I have had the privilege of being Jeffrey's teacher for the last 3 years. You know that your student has turned an academic corner when you can't review your notes without your student trying to read them over your shoulder. And that is an awesome thing for me, and you're going to see why. Our committee selected Jeffrey for several reasons. The most predominant reason is his academic gains. Jeffrey has had to overcome quite a bit in his lifetime. When he first started school, he had not been diagnosed with autism, and so his first few years were filled with a great deal of defeat and difficulties. Teachers did not understand Jeffrey, and Jeffrey really didn't understand how to help himself. So he came to my classroom unable to read one word. You remember the speech? Not able to read one word and filled with absolutely no self-confidence. As a result, Jeffrey also, he often resorted into an imaginary world because his imaginary world was easier than the real one that he was living in. After a few months, Jeffrey started to gain some confidence and he found his smile. And that smile is contagious. And he soon won over many of the faculty in our school as well as the students. And that had a positive effect on his ability to be able to try learning. It wasn't long before he began to learn coping skills and dealing with all of the difficulties that he has had. And then he started to figure out how to read. Jeffrey now not only reads all of his reading books, his daily work, his math problems, all of my personal notes, my calendar, and everything else, which is awesome, a teacher's dream, but he also reads for pleasure, which is really the reason why we want to learn to read. Yes, we need to know things, but we also want to read for pleasure. And I got to tell you something else interesting about Jeffrey. He can tell you just about every fact there ever was to know about any president ever. In fact, he got this little number on the back of his card and went, oh, 29. Well, that would be President Harding. I went, President Harding? Are you sure? I had to Google it. It really was President Harding. I had no idea, and I'm the teacher. I don't know, or maybe he's the teacher. I am really proud of Jeffrey. He has turned not only an academic corner, but a social corner. When you deal with autism, you have to overcome a lot of things, but now Jeffrey participates in plays. He's even got a part in the promotion ceremony coming up in a few days. He has blossomed into interacting with students. He participates in games. It is such an incredible moment of joy to watch a student just come into their own skin and just be comfortable with who they are. And it's been such a wonderful experience to watch this. All of these different reasons are one of the many reasons that we selected Jeffrey as Lipscomb's Cox Hero for 2018. So I welcome Jeffrey Conley.
Amari LeGrant is the Lincoln Park Hero for 2018, and joining him is guidance counselor Rosalind Lee.
As the school counselor of Lincoln Park Primary School, I have the distinct honor and privilege this evening of presenting our Cox Inspirational Hero 2018 to Amari LeGrant. Every day, Amari enters our school with a big, bright, and happy smile. His positive attitude and his sweet personality give no indication of the hardships he has gone through in his life. Although he recently lost his mother, Amari puts forth his best effort to excel in all areas of school and life, inspiring everyone to make the best of any situation. Amari faces obstacles every day. However, he strives to do his best, and his caring attitude is exemplified in his willingness to help those around him. Amari is an inspiration to everyone who knows him. His smile brightens everyone's day, and when he recently broke his arm, he still found a way to help his classmates and his teacher. We are proud to call him our Cox Hero, Amari LeGrant, a member of the Lincoln Park family. Congratulations.
Jim Bailey's Laura Coates is next to the stage with their hero, Jasmine Allison.
Hello, I'm very proud to introduce to you Jasmine Allison. She is mature beyond belief. She's in 8th grade, and when you speak to her, you feel like you're speaking to an adult, which sounds great, but she still is in 8th grade, and she should still have a childhood. I realized this when we came back from Christmas break, and I was asking the students how things, how Christmas break was at the door, and she told me that she had moved into the Curry house with her younger brother. And she didn't say it she said it just very matter-of-factly, very objectively. This is my life, and this is what happened. And she said it with this giant smile on her face, and it was a sincere smile. She was grateful to be at the Curry house. It wasn't until I looked at her grades that I realized just how remarkable she is. She has maintained an AB honor roll throughout her educational life, even though her home life has been incredibly unstable. There's so much I want to say about her, but she told me on the way over here that she'll be valedictorian one day, and I really believe that. And this is not the last stage that I'm going to see her on. I'm going to see her graduate from high school, and I'm going to see her graduate from college, and she's going to do remarkable things. She wants to work with kids. When you talk to her about the Curry house, she'll tell you the ins and outs. She'll tell you that they become a family. She talks, again, like I said, as an adult. And her dad is in the process of seeking custody, and I hope that he can give her a little bit of the childhood that she has left, but I have a feeling she'll still be taking care of her brother and everyone else around her, because that's who she is. Jasmine, you are my hero. Thank you.
Austin Weis is the hero from Jim Allen Elementary School, and Kenny Meadows is going to tell us what makes him so special.
Hello all, my name is Kenny Meadows, and this handsome young studly gentleman next to me right here is Austin Weis. The faculty and staff of Jim Allen Elementary School are proud to announce Austin Weis as our 2018 Cox Hero. Austin has always had the best of attitudes, and honestly, the only problems I've ever had out of him as his fifth grade teacher is trying to hide my fishing holes from him and trying to talk him out of, Mr. Meadows, can I please go with you on Friday afternoons to that said fishing hole? Great guy. He's always willing to help others. Austin was born with a physical disability where he is missing fingers from his left hand. He has never let this get in the way of his goals, nor has he made excuses for any shortcoming. As he has grown older, he has matured, and he is an amazing big brother to his sister Addie, who is a first grader, but never forgets to keep her fifth grade big brother in line every morning before going to class. Told you I'd get you, Addie. There you go, girl. Austin is an impressive and brave young man, and you should see him on the playground at Jim Allen Elementary School. He can catch and throw with the best of them. Austin has a very bright future, and we are very, very pleased to call him our Cox Hero. Thank you.
Home Elementary School named Logan Beasley their hero. Tanya Grahn will tell us why.
I've had the pleasure of teaching Logan for 2 years. When he first came to me, he was very shy. Now he's completely out of his shell. And that's just what's so amazing. He's gained a lot of independence. He used to be very shy and insecure and didn't know really how to go and get his computer and do stuff. So his growth has been so overwhelming as far as his growth and how he's grown so much. It's just been such a pleasure to teach him. He's grown socially, emotionally. He's learned how to become independent. His tasks that are easy for most kids can be difficult for students with autism. He's always positive, and he walks into the classroom every morning with a big smile on his face and says, "Good morning." We didn't rehearse this either. So to everyone he's around, he's always just so positive, and he wants everyone to be happy. And if I accidentally hit myself on the desk or something, or a student hurts themselves, he's always like, "Are you okay?" So he's very compassionate. He has success in many areas. This year, for the first time, he met AR reading goals. He's always eager to learn new math skills and strategies, even if it's tough, we get through it. But he's always willing to learn and complete his work. He's going, He used to cry when other students cried or when his family was going to leave school. Now he'll just look at them and he doesn't cry anymore. Another thing that he's overcome was music. I'm a horrible singer, and he would cover his ears. So now he doesn't do that. Or music class was a little intimidating for him. He didn't like that. So now he does. He's learned to overcome that. He also takes a student from making sure in the mornings after he gets breakfast, he takes him and makes sure that he does come into the classroom. So he's a peer helper. He enjoys telling students personal stories that he's learned or heard at home. He helps others solve problems and teaches his classmates how to become independent. Logan is truly Home Elementary's hero and my hero.